Yes, we are live. Amazing, amazing. We are live. Hello, can you hear me? So if I add to stage, I think I will hear you when I add to stage because I can't hear you now. Hello, hello, madam. How are you doing? Where are you chatting from? It's going to be a great day today. We are going to be breaking down everything. I promise you guys, you will not be disappointed. Yes, I'm just testing everything to make sure everywhere is okay. From India, woo! Nice, 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 nice. Ooh, India, that's amazing. Yeah, you're welcome to Cynthia Academy. And I just want to test everything to make sure it's clear. So, can you hear me? If you say you can hear me, just thumbs up. Yeah. Can you hear me? We're just going to wait a bit so that others come in, and as usual, we'll roll the ball. And yeah, fantastic. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm so happy because this meeting has been a long time coming. I'm so happy today that we can make this happen. Yes, fantastic. Thank you so much. Just checking everywhere to make sure everything is okay. We are live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and yeah, we're going to have an amazing day today. Good, 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 good. I just want to wait for everybody to come in. Yeah, we have a few minutes. Yeah, let's just have fun. Yeah. If you're interested in the Global Talent Visa and maybe you don't know anything about the Global Talent Visa, just put it in the chat whether you don't know much. You've heard a little about it, but you don't know much about it. Just put it in the chat. Have you seen someone who has got that Global Talent Visa? Do you know someone who has it? Mm. Yeah, I will just wait for you to type something. Yeah. Have you seen someone who has the Global Talent Visa? And which section or category was it? Nothing, but I'm sure it's good. Oh, yes, it's good for teachers. Yes. Don't worry, we'll be breaking down everything today. We don't hold information in Cynthia Academy. Fantastic. Yeah. It's good for teachers too. Yeah. So we're sharing everything today. We just have 2 more minutes, then we'll start. Hello, hello. Okay. You said since you're coming up with this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt I should break it down for people, and I thought I should bring someone who has had it. One, she's specialized, as in she has supported people to get theirs. That's what I felt I should do. I don't like sharing stuff that I'm not exposed. I don't really know much about. So I feel like it's best to bring a specialist, someone that would hear it from the horse's mouth. That's why we are here. Just a few more minutes. Just be patient with us. Let's wait for other people to come in. If you're just joining this live, please put it in the comments where you are calling from or where you are connecting from. It would be amazing if we can know where you're connecting from. Yes, I can see someone from India. I've seen how many people from India, but I haven't seen anybody from other places. Yes, I would love to know. Hmm. Is there anybody from maybe, you know, from Africa? Anybody from Pakistan? Anybody from Bangladesh? Anybody from Sri Lanka? Anybody from, America? Anybody from any part or other part of the world? Yeah. Yeah. We are almost live. Just 1 more minute and we'll be live. So just hang in there. I promise that today's session is going to be amazing. You will enjoy yourself. And make sure you bring out your pen and paper. Jot these things down as she's saying it. Yeah, just jot it down. It could help you. Yes. And we are live. So, hello everybody. My name is Cynthia. I love sharing information that will help your transition into the UK to be good. So I want people to be able to, manage their relocation journey. I really love when people pursue their dreams so that you can go anywhere in the world. So I'm bringing this particular opportunity to you. It's going to be loaded. This particular session is, someone says it is live from the UK. Fantastic. So this particular opportunity is something close to my heart because, in my opinion, this is the best visa you can explore. The hassles involved with skilled worker visa is not included. You understand? So that's why I'm bringing this person now. This is Dr. Yemz. Dr. Yemz is a scientist, a content creator. She has gone through that pathway of getting the global talent visa, and she got her ILR in 2 years. So be ready to ask her all those questions. And one thing about her is this thing has been a long time coming. We've been trying our best to match the best time when she's free and I'm free. So she's a content creator, like I said. And if you go to her channel, she has almost 100,000 views where she talks about global talent visa and helping people with their transition. So it's about immigration, voices, and victory. So let's welcome Dr. Yemz to the stage.
Hello.
Hello, I'm so happy to
Hi.
see you. It's been a
Same
long time
here.
coming. How
I
many years?
know.
How many months has it been now?
I know. It's been, I think last year actually, that we've been trying to get this together, isn't it?
Yes. Finally, we are here.
Yes, we are.
We are here, and I'm so happy to meet you. And do you know what? Your views on immigration, the way you raise people up, and support and bring those voices, the stories that migrants have to the world so that people can see that, hey, there are different pathways. Hey, you can do it yourself. You will see people from different backgrounds. That's one thing I enjoy about your channel. So today, please, we are going to be breaking down global talent visa. And you know what we said? We discussed this and we said, hey, how do we go about it? We are going to break it down in such a way that someone that does not know anything about it will understand and know the exact documents to bring, would know exactly what stage to go through and who is qualified and who is eligible for it. Let's do this.
So, hello everyone. It's so good to, be here on Cynthia Academy, the woman that knows everything that is happening in UK. You
Really?
know, I give you your flowers. She does a lot. I'm always catching up on her channel. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And I'm so excited, that I'm here today. And I can't wait really for everyone's questions because we're going to be saying it all. And I love, one of the Cynthia Academy slogan is we don't hide anything. Any of our videos should tell you we share everything here. And
We want
I'm
you
all
to
about
win.
yes, 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 yes. I'm all about that as well. We win together. Your win is our win. That's why most of us are out here, just to share those information and just to put, we might just be that one last puzzle that you need to put the pieces together. And I'm so excited to be here to talk about everything global talent. So if you see me looking down sometimes, I always tell people the global talent visa, there is a Bible for it, that it contains everything. We call it the guideline. The Global Talent Visa Guideline has everything you need to know about the Global Talent Visa and is on the government website and is on each endorsing body website. So if you ask me any questions, I have everything open here. If I need to go to it, just to be sure that we're sharing the right information. So thank you so much for joining us today. So Global Talent Visa, what is it? Who is eligible? Let's start with, is the best visa in the UK? Yes, it is. It is the best visa in the UK because you do not require any sponsorship. You're not limited. In fact, it says on the government website that it is not capped at all. So everyone can apply. It's not one of those visa that, oh, we expect to employ, we expect to endorse this number of people. No, it's not capped. And it's a way of UK bringing in, people who are experts in different fields, both academic and non-academic, just to be able to come and add value to their society, to boost the economy. So you are important, you're valuable. It's a specialized visa for people that have talent. And it's not just in the UK, to be honest. It's in China, it's in US, is in Australia, is in so many places. And I know so many people don't know that, but we'll focus on UK today. But I want you, after this, masterclass, go and check it out. Global Talent Visa. In other countries, it might not be called Global Talent Visa. It's a specialized type of visa, but it is for professionals. And why did the UK create this? They wanted, all professionals to be able to come from everywhere in the world, anywhere at all, as long as you're specialized, as long as you meet the criteria, which is why I say there's a guideline. As long as you meet the criteria on the guideline, you'll be endorsed. So this visa has 2 stages, and that's why I love the Global Talent Visa. It has 2 stages. You have the endorsement stage, and then you have a stage where you actually apply to the Home Office.
Okay.
And why I said I love the visa is because your first stage has nothing to do with the Home Office. So say, for example, if you're in the UK already, you are switching and all that, it doesn't affect the visa you are currently on at all. Because the first stage, all you're doing is just applying and be endorsed. So for the first stage, you need an endorsement. An endorsement is when an endorsing body says to the Home Office, this person qualifies, this person is what they say they are according to our guideline, and we recommend them to you to give them a global talent visa. So you need to be recognized first as a talent by your endorsing body. Then your endorsing body would now recommend you to the Home Office and say, here is our talent, give them a visa.
Okay, that particular stage where you are endorsed. So who endorses you? That's my main question. Yeah.
Good. So you're endorsed by an endorsing body.
Yeah.
So under the Global Talent Visa, there are 3 major categories. The 3 major categories are academia and research, the art and culture, and then we've got the digital technology. So each of these 3 categories have an endorsing body. So those endorsing bodies are the ones that give you that stamp. So if you're an academic, a researcher, you have equivalent experience of any of those, you'll be endorsed by research and academia. And it's interesting because that's
Okay.
my area. Let me not go there. But research and academia is so wide. Under research and
Okay.
academia, you have 4 different endorsing bodies. Okay. Under art and culture, although there are loads and loads of fields, there's just one endorsing body, Arts Council England.
Okay.
But they will now be the ones distributing, whether you're in arts, you're in fashion, you are in industry. So they have they have a big team, and then they drop it on like different fields. So a filmmaker, an artist, poets, writers, fashion designers, art and culture, anything art. The list is endless and is all on the government website, which we'll be sharing on the link shortly, just for
Okay.
us to have a look. So, and then the digital technology have an endorsing body called Tech Nation. And so for digital technology, you have technical people who are in technical roles and people that are non-technical. So those are the people we call endorsing bodies. So at that first stage of the application, these are the people that will be endorsing you based on your field. And so if you go to each endorsing body website, you will find the list of disciplines that, okay, I am a fashion designer. Okay,
Mhm.
this is who I am. I am a fashion designer. I want to apply for the Global Talent Visa. Then you go to the Arts Council England and say, okay, where is my guideline? And you will find your guideline there. So that is how the categories are. And then another step. So this, that's how to apply. And those are the endorsing body. Now you have to
So I
think,
have a question. Sorry, I have a question. Sorry. Yeah, the question I want is on my mind now. So I'm like, okay, let me ask it now.
please do.
What are the things you need to get to apply for the endorsement body? So people are prepared. They know what to prepare. Are there documents, or you just fill a form? What does
No,
it
no,
look
no,
like?
no. There are documents. So that was just what I was about to say next. And
Okay, okay.
here,
Yes.
guys, we are here to answer your question. So, just as Cynthia is stopping me, if you have any question, because we are really here to break it down. If you have any question, drop it in and we will pick it up immediately. So we don't want, to make it complex and then you're trying to figure out. No, we're here for you. It's all for
Exactly.
you tonight. So just drop your questions and we will pick it up. All right. So yes, the document. So I was just about to say that. So though that is how to apply. Okay. The first two stages. Then once you know how to apply, the next thing you need to start thinking of, am I an exceptional talent or am I an exceptional promise? So once you have those categories, you know your field, you know the area of your specialty, then you need to know, how much experience have I got? How much experience have I got to make me be called a talent or to make the endorsing body endorse me? Then we now split into two categories again. There is now an exceptional talent, and there
Mhm.
are people who will come under exceptional promise.
Okay.
Exceptional talent are people who, are expert in their field. They already know their onions, quote and unquote. They know what they are doing. For example, an academic, they've published, lots of papers in their
Mhm.
country, their professors, all of that. And say, for a fashion designer, someone who owns their own brand, who go to, international fashion shows, people who are doing a lot of things. Those are people that are experts in their field. A broadcaster, on TV and all that. So there are levels to these things. How much experience have you got? That puts you as an exceptional talent. Then for someone who is an exceptional promise, that is someone that is a potential leader. So we usually say someone with, less than or just about 5 years of experience. So if you have, say, 10 years experience, oh, you're a talent already. But I need to, let you know this, that it's very important that you know that this is based on experience. So, for example, you might have been a lawyer all your life and you just started developing your skills in digital technology for about 3 years, thereabout. So, that puts you as a potential leader in digital technology. But as a lawyer, you're an expert, which means you're an exceptional talent. So that's the
Mhm.
difference, an exceptional talent and an exceptional promise. And so these two, we already determine the kind of document you're going to be submitting under each category. Okay.
Okay.
So for example, in the research and academia, we've got 4 routes, which is why I said the research and academia is big. Those 4 routes, you've got, the first one is academic positions, where lecturers and all of that come under. Then the second one is individual fellowships. So all these are called route 1, route 2, route 3, and route 4. And then route 3 is the endorsed funders route. And those funders routes, meaning there are so many bodies that are under the UK Research and Innovation that might have a grant, okay, and then they are called the endorsed funders. It could even be, Bill Gates and all of that. If you are in a project, that's something, so many people didn't know until they came to my channel, because they've been on a grant and they're like, this grant I'm on, is by UKRI. And most people, from the information I share on my channel, they've moved to the Global Talent Visa because they're like, what am I doing here? And the most interesting thing, which I know we're still going to come to, is to get your ILR for academic And sorry, for academia and research, you need just 3 years, which can be equivalent to an exceptional promise person under art and culture or technician. But we, the academics, we are very favored. 3 years, whether exceptional promise or exceptional talent, if you get
Oh,
endorsed, yes, yes. If
okay.
you get endorsed as an academic under any of the routes, it's 3 years straight to ILR. But
Ooh, okay.
yes, but for digital technology, if you're an exceptional promise, which means you're a potential leader, it's 5 years to ILR. But if you're an exceptional talent, it's 3 years
Yes, okay,
to
3 years.
ILR. Same goes for the art and culture. If
Mhm.
you are an exceptional promise, you have 5 years to ILR. And if you're an exceptional talent, you would have 3 years to your ILR. But it doesn't matter. I keep telling people, because there are people that have applied for exceptional talent that have been stepped down to exceptional promise because they feel they don't have, and that's a good thing. They will step you down
Okay, they will
if
not
they
just
feel.
withdraw your application and say it's
No, no,
over,
no, 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 no,
cancelled.
no. No, they can
Okay,
step you down to
that's
exceptional
for taking
promise.
the risk. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's quite reasonable. You don't have the, the experience or the
Yeah.
document that they expect you to have. They'll step you
Yeah.
down to exceptional promise,
Okay.
and then you will be endorsed. So another wonderful thing about Global Talent Visa is you can work for yourself. You can suddenly become an entrepreneur. You don't need to tell anybody if you want to pack your bag and go. You just say, you can call them the next morning. Hello, that's
Mm-hmm.
it from me. I'm resigning.
Yeah. And you will
You know?
still be on that visa and
Yes,
nothing.
that's the
Nobody's
thing.
pulling you out of the UK. Like skilled worker visa, when you lose your employer loses their license, they will withdraw your this thing and they'll
Your
say
sponsorship, they'll give
days,
you 90
yeah,
days or
60
60 days thereabouts.
to stay in the UK or switch. So someone has a question. The person is saying, are
Yes.
there required documents listed on the endorsement website? So when you go to the endorsement website, would they tell you, oh, for arts and culture, if you are for promise, these are the documents you need to prepare? Is there
Oh,
something like
yes, very much so. Very much so. So on that's why I said the guideline is the Bible of Global Talent Visa, because everything you need to submit, and that's one thing I love with the Global Talent Visa. Everything is like a tick box exercise. They ask you for CV, you must submit it. They ask you for personal statement, you must submit it. They ask you for recommendation letters, you must submit it. So
that?
everything that you need is on the website. So one thing I need to call people's attention to as well, which I always tell people, is if you go to the generic government website, which is gov.uk website, it's got an overview.
Okay.
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 But there are hyperlinks that will
Yeah.
take you to, so the hyperlinks, so let me just say the gov.uk website gives you an overview of everything you need to know. And then you have to literally take yourself out of there and go and find your endorsing body. But everything is on the gov.uk website. But they can't put all the endorsing body, information on their own website. So you will find hyperlinks there, but it just
Okay.
elaborates it. And one thing you should also know, at the time of us publishing this video, things might have changed by next month, although most of them have
Mhm.
recently updated it
Mhm.
in January, like Tech Nation updated in January, and then the general immigration update as well. There was a place for Global Talent Visa as well. So as usual, the money has gone up, a few changes here and there, but
Yep.
yes, all the information you need is on the website. And on my channel, we've got quite successful people that we've interviewed as well, which is why I always tell, and that's why, like Cynthia was saying that, there are lots of stories on my channel just to inspire. You can literally just sit down with how somebody did it and photocopy it with
Okay.
your own unique experience.
Yes. Okay, so I have a question
Yes,
because
please.
this person that is asking about required documents, I feel
Mhm.
they want to have an idea what type of documents. And there's something you mentioned in exceptional talent. You said professor, something like that. It does not mean that someone has to be a professor to apply for that. Does it
No,
mean? No.
no,
So
no,
if
no.
someone doesn't, okay, sorry.
Go on, please.
Yeah, sorry. So if someone has a master's, can the person do it? Even
Yes.
without a master's, the person can go for the exceptional talent. Is it possible?
Yes, it's all based on experience. It's all based
Yes.
on experience. There are so
So
many tech gurus out there that
mm,
don't have a master's, for example,
yeah.
but they built up their years of experience. And once you have solid evidence, it's all about the evidence. The UK want to recruit people that are specialized in these areas, people that are talented, and that's all they want. So as soon as you have the talent, you can get it. So when I talked about professors, is because with the academia and research, it's quite interesting. They've made it very, very strict based on all the routes.
Mm,
So it's written on the website that if you are the route one, that is your
okay.
academic position, it
Yeah.
outrightly states there that you are not eligible if you're a postdoc, for example.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
you get what I mean? So that's
Mm,
what I mean. So, but you have people that are into innovation, like people who are managers of innovative projects,
mhm.
they've been endorsed under Route One because they are what? They are senior positions. And that's one thing people need to know. When you go to a lot of websites, you will see a lot of academic positions. You would even see non-academic positions that are senior roles. Check them out because with the academia and research category, all institutions that are able to award a degree in the UK can make you eligible.
Okay.
I have seen administrators, Cynthia,
Okay.
administrators, administrator supporters,
Mm,
operations managers that just
okay.
got a position under a grant and they get global
Okay.
talent visa.
Wow. Wow. I saw
Yes,
somebody that makes shoes in Nigeria, and the person got global talent visa. So the
yes,
person just makes shoes.
yes, yes.
And that leads me to this question. How much experience would be considered sufficient to meet the requirements for global talent visa? Thank you for that question.
Okay, how much experience? To be honest, it all still comes down to your endorsing body. It all comes down. You see how we broke it down. It all comes down to, are you an exceptional talent or are you an exceptional promise? But one thing that is general, should I use the word generic for
Mhm,
all? Let's just use baseline. Let's use the word baseline requirement or evidence
mm,
will be that you have an up-to-date CV. How much
okay.
experience? Say, for example, if you're a fashion designer,
Okay.
you're a fashion designer, there are 10 pieces of evidence that are required for you to
Okay.
submit. You have
Okay.
media recognition.
Okay.
Say, for example, in fashion designer, you have all of that. Then you need your CV, you need recommendation letter, and those recommendation letters need to be by experts.
Mm,
Same as, for Technation as well. If you go to their website, you have mandatory requirements, you have optional criteria. Sorry, they call it mandatory criteria and optional criteria. And
criteria.
under
Okay.
those, they've broken it down as two. You've got to have innovation, you've got to have, so everything is down to how much is too much. It comes down to how much evidence you have. Say if
Okay.
you are in Tech Nation now, for example, sorry, in digital technology, you have people that are well experienced. That's why even digital technology, they have people that are technical and they have non-technical. So people like business analysts, people into cybersecurity,
Mhm.
all those things, they now come under non-technical. People that are
Okay.
technical are now people that, they are IT technical people.
Maybe
Therefore,
software
research and
developer. Mm,
yes,
okay.
software developers and the likes, and
Okay.
then they want you to prove leadership. But honestly, the how much experience you need is how much impact your work has made
Okay.
in
How do we
all of the
measure impact
categories.
now? I'm
How do you
wondering.
measure impact? I know. How do we measure impact? It's interesting. How you can measure impact based on your experience would be, say, for example, if you're a potential leader and you're applying as an academic, at least you would say you have a paper that you've published.
Okay.
You've done a work that is in quote and unquote UK priority. UK
Okay.
priority would be. But for someone who is a fashion design, is fashion design. You either know fashion or you don't know fashion,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? But in that fashion design, you want to be recommended. Because like in art and culture and technician, you need 3 recommendation letters. And those recommendation letters have to come from experts. So what have you done? What have you done really? What have you done? Can you call yourself? I always tell people, evaluate yourself first. What do
Okay.
you think you have done? Okay. Let's say we have a one-on-one. What have you achieved? What can you say you have achieved? You are not an expert if you did first degree business management, second degree microbiology, then PhD medicine. What are you an expert in? That's for
Okay, I get.
academia. Okay. For someone that you saw that was making shoe, he must have been making shoe all his life. He
Mm.
must have made shoe for, there was somebody I saw, they one of the people that referred them was that they made shoe for they made clothes for other artists. You can
Okay.
imagine a very popular artist. You are the
Mm.
one sewing for them, and that person gives you a letter. That is some level of impact to them under that category.
Yeah.
For someone in digital technology, you've done a lot of work. You've worked with different IT firms. You've done a
Okay.
lot. You've been part of innovation and all of that. So the
Okay.
interesting thing is, that's why I know we are talking about everything today, but it's very important that after you decide what category you want to apply for, you sit down with the guideline and see where you best fit.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how to build your evidence. That there is nowhere it's about the guideline. So those
Okay.
are the generic things that you will need. You will need a personal statement.
Mm-hmm.
You
Personal
will
statement.
need your CV,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will need evidences based on which of the categories you're applying for.
Okay.
Okay. You would also need recommendation letters.
Okay.
So for art and culture and digital technology, most often than not, the evidences you always need 3 reference letters. For
Okay.
academia, yes, for academia and research, once is route 4. Route 4 standard is just 1 recommendation letter for exceptional promise. But if you're applying under the research and academia as an exceptional talent, you would need 2 recommendation letters. So if
Okay.
there's anything you don't take away from this our masterclass today, one thing you should take out is, how can I update my CV? And I know Cynthia does CV update a lot. It's one of the services she's offering. How can I update my CV? Who can recommend me? Then evaluate yourself. How much experience do I have to be called a UK talent?
Yeah.
Now, say they put um 5 fashion designers out, 5 shoemakers, 5 writers, 5 researchers. Do you think you make it to the first 2? That's how you should be thinking. You are a global talent. You are unique. You have a specialized, you have a specialized area of expertise. What's your fielding? If they were to bring 5 Indians, 5 people, 5 Nigerians, 5 Zimbabweans, 5 Polish, if they bring 5 from wherever you are, put yourself now. If you're in the comment section, let's know where you're from. If they were to bring 5 experts from your country, would you be an exceptional talent or would you be an exceptional promise? Do you think you're going to make it to the top list? If you do, then you've got some good experience. And this is why we're doing this, because if you don't start thinking, you won't know how much you've achieved. You need to, that I always tell people when I do my one-on-ones, sit down and think, what have I actually done? Because when you're writing a personal statement, it's about to be a show. You need
Okay.
to put it all out. It's storytelling to the core. You
Okay.
put them through a walk. I have videos on my channel about personal statement, CV, and
Okay.
all of
Okay.
that, where I
Okay.
share tips about, how to put up the best CV, how to put up the best personal statement. And so all of this come together as your evidence and present you to your endorsing body.
Okay.
You know, in your personal statement, you've got to go all out for it. Tell them everything you've done inside out. It's all about the guideline. What is
Okay.
your area of specialty? What is your field? Let us know
Mm.
what field you're in on the comment section. You know,
Yes,
let's know what's
please
your
write it.
field. Yeah, write your
Yes.
field so that we can tell you your endorsing body. We can tell you it's like the research and academia. The research and academia have 4 endorsing body. In fact, on the gov.uk, there's a whole list.
Mm.
So the research and academia, maybe I should talk about that a bit. If there are no questions outstanding, let me know if
So
there are
there are
any questions.
questions. There's a
Yes,
question
please.
here. Somebody said, "Hi, do animation artists qualify? That's maybe 2D, 3D, 5D. If somebody is an animation
Animation
artist,
artists, we can check. I know they have visual artists as
okay.
a big umbrella, but
Mm.
whether they say if it's animation or not is something we need to check. But we can check that while we ask them.
Yes, it's good for us to check this thing. Remember, we are not immigration advisors or in any way. We
Yes.
share information because we want to uplift you. So that's what I'm just putting it out there. We are just giving you some insights, and information so that when you
Mhm.
read what is on the government website, it sinks in. Okay, this is what Dr. Yemz talked about. I feel this is how we'll go about it. So I've seen a list you have created, which is the personal statement, CV, the evidence, and also the other one you are talking about. Anyway, let's just
Recommendation
go to
letter.
there are a lot of questions here. Someone is saying that she's a dancer. Will she qualify as a dancer under
Oh
the
yeah. What kind of dancing? Is it visual art? Does that come under visual art?
okay?
Because I
That
know
is the major question now. Mm.
yes. A dancer will qualify because that will come in under visual art. And then something else I need to, as a dancer, tell me, how many of your dances do you have recorded?
Okay, so you
Tell
have to
us
bring
now.
such an evidence and
Yes,
add it.
yes.
Okay, the person
Because,
has a scholarship, as in they said she is a talented dancer, which she won a scholarship. Can she be endorsed for global talent visa? So she has a scholarship.
okay, one thing I think I missed saying, which is
Mm.
not like I miss it, but is always for the bigger people is, and I also, people sometimes confuse it, is because they say if you have an award, but please,
Mm.
it's a prestigious award. I know
Okay.
people always mix that up. There is a clause there that say if you have a prestigious award, you don't even need endorsement. You just hello home office. I am yes. If you're a Nobel laureate, you can imagine Professor Wole Soyinka and the likes.
Yeah.
You know, at their level, they don't go for who wants to endorsement? Someone that you get what I mean. They
Mm.
just go so that your scholarship,
Mm.
my wonderful person, my wonderful brother or sister, that your scholarship will come as an evidence, okay?
Okay. Mhm.
Because you would have, that's why I said, because another mistake most people make is they don't record their experience. Even fashion designers, they go for shows, they don't remember to take pictures. This is evidence. These are evidence. Like for fashion design, for art and culture, that's why I'm not sure if I'm in the right I'm not sure if I'm in the right field, because if I was in those areas, it's it's all about evidence. What can
Yeah.
you It's a show, it's a big time show us what you've done,
Mm.
because they have media recognition. If you go to my channel, there is Mameya Tutu, who is a Ghanaian who came from Ghana,
Yeah.
to the UK. She was endorsed by Art Council England as well, with
Mm.
10 pieces of evidence. She was saying it that, she had to join a show, although they've updated it now that you have, I think one of your reference has to be from the UK. So that's one thing
Okay.
again. They are they're updating the guidelines every day. So like I said, whenever at all you're watching this video, whatever we have discussed on this video, at the
Yes.
time of your application, please
Mm.
always go back to the guideline. It's very important
Absolutely.
because we
Yeah.
are just sharing based on experience. So as a dancer, yes, Emmy Jacks, who is on my channel, who we had a surgery with, because we usually do something like this actually on my channel. So where we call it Global Talent Visa Surgery. People
Yeah.
just come in. So this is a surgery on Cynthia Academy channel. So Emmy Jacks, was in one of our surgery. He's a dancer as well. He's a performer.
Mm-hmm.
Came all the way from Nigeria. This is not
Okay.
all
Okay.
the way
Okay.
from Nigeria. He
Mm-hmm.
applied. His story is so wonderful. He applied, and then they told him, you can apply. I think he applied as an artist, one of those, because the artist, if you go and check the guideline, is broken down,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And then they told him no, based on what he's applied, he should, they will not be able to offer him this because he doesn't fit that criteria.
Okay.
Luckily for Emmy Jacks, he's someone that always records his performances, all of this. He just said, wow, you want visual? Oh God. He brought out all his evidences. He told me in that interview, you know what he said? He said, that night, I withdrew my application. I didn't mind the money. I applied for another application immediately. And they endorsed him. He's now in the
Wow.
UK. From Nigeria,
Wow.
straight is a dancer. I'm like, dancer? Are you sure I'm in the right profession? Yes. Visual artists. So even if you're a writer, but do you have the evidence? That's always the problem. Do
So
you have? So
evidence. Mm-hmm.
yes, like I always
Sorry.
tell people,
Okay.
please
Go
go
ahead.
on. I don't want
No,
you
I
to
just
lose
want
your
to be
train of
clear
thought.
on, yeah, I don't want to lose it. So evidence
Yes,
includes videos,
yes,
pictures, maybe
yes,
letters, maybe
yeah,
you were featured in something and it's a contest
yes,
or something like that.
yes.
So things like that, and maybe publication when it comes to,
Academia, yes.
academia.
Even
Mm,
you were the dancer, for example, events you've been to, the flyers and all of that, those are evidences.
mm.
For media recognition, blog posts, you go for interviews, people interview you, all these things, they are evidences. They
So
are
I have
evidences.
another question here.
Yes,
I know
please.
that we will stay here. This is so much fun,
Yes.
This is so much. I have learned some things that I wasn't so much aware of,
Mm-hmm.
but as it's something that is exciting me, I hope it is exciting other people there. You can
I'm
think of
sure it
your
is.
cousin, your uncle, or someone out there. But this question is so important. It says that, is the global talent visa only for graduates? Or can non-graduates who have significant work experience in a field meet the requirements for global talent visa? Right now, as you are saying this, I know of someone who told me about there were only two mechanics, let's just say two mechanics that repairs a particular type of brand of car in Nigeria, in Lagos. As in, like, when it goes wrong, this person doesn't have anything. The person, as in, what I mean by anything, the person didn't finish secondary school. I'm not saying in a negative way, but I'm saying the person is very much talented and can fix a particular brand of car. I can't remember what the person told me. You understand? That particular, and even goes to Cotonou to fix cars. They call him to do that. Do you think the person can fit in and get this global talent visa?
I would say based on experience and everything on the gov.uk website, it all comes with the academia and research. You can't escape not having
Yeah,
a you can't
absolutely.
escape not having a degree. That is not even negotiable. But you
Okay.
see, with fashion designer,
Mm.
they are not asking if you have a degree, but
Ooh.
gradually, because
Mm.
everyone is now, there's a lot of people applying, they are becoming
Mm.
more strict. So going to a fashion school, people that
Mm.
graduated and read fashion, all
Mm.
those things are becoming more important. But
Okay.
there is someone on LinkedIn that I read his posts last, well, few weeks ago. Tech Nation endorsed his younger brother who just finished undergrad. Or I think he also knows somebody else that read that went to Polytechnic or something, but read IT. There's a lot of things in digital technology. And they
Exactly.
pulled up the evidence. And it's in the
Ooh.
UK at the moment. So it
Fantastic.
all comes down to, there is nowhere apart from research and academia that it does say you must have a degree. But if you
Okay.
have a solid you have, sorry, you have a solid
Mm.
evidence, you get global talent visa. I remember
Wow.
on the radio 2 weeks ago, when they attacked M&S. M&S is in the UK, it's a shop in the
Yes.
UK. The cybersecurity expert that they were interviewing on radio,
Mm.
he was a previous scammer. I laughed so hard that day, like, this country can be interesting. It's someone that used to attack and he's now an expert.
Oh, okay.
Haven't served his sentence, and then he's now an expert that is talking to the whole world about another cyber attack. I'm like, wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
what am I saying in essence? It's all about your experience. It's all about, can you beat such a person hands down with your experience? That's why I said you need to rethink, what have I done? What have I been doing with my life? Come, if I'm a dancer, I'm a writer, what are those poems that I've written, and at what level do they suit global talent visa? You need to think global, outside of your space. And like I always tell people on my channel, they know, on our support community, they know, are you a global talent?
Mm.
Can you be a global talent?
Mm.
So I tell, there's no rush to global talent visa. And be warned, you can't cook up evidence in 1 year
Mm.
and want to submit, I have evidence.
You can.
Nobody would
Okay.
believe that you have an evidence under 1 year.
Okay.
So
Okay.
any evidence you want to submit in less than 12 months will always be flagged. I've heard a lot of people in Tech Nation said that. We collaborate a lot with people that are endorsed on the other side as well. So you can't build up an evidence. You can't say you're a fashion designer and you don't have anything as a potential talent. You've not been to fashion shows. You don't have anything. You don't have because I think one of the evidence as well is you have your stock. You have to have like a stock
Mm.
somewhere. Like
Mm.
Mameya Tutu had to have some of her stock here in the UK.
Okay.
So they all have, and the interesting thing, their optional criteria, their mandatory criteria as well. So all of them, you need to sit down with the guideline and say, where
Okay.
do I fit in? So like I was saying, where is your talent? Are
Mm.
you a global talent? Are you an exceptional talent? Are you an exceptional promise? And if you're not, can you work towards it? And how can you do that?
Yeah, I'm going through the comments. It's so exciting seeing some things on the comment. So is it from Nigeria, cyber security? And we just mentioned it now. Cyber security is something that you can get a global talent visa for.
Mhm.
And someone is asking, what about engineering and construction? We know we have been talking about academia a lot, which sounds like scientific, bioscience, and everything. So what about engineering? Someone that is an engineer, can the person actually qualify for global talent? And construction, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So um engineering comes under research and academia. That's the interesting thing. Anything engineering, everything engineering, they have an endorsing body. They are called Royal Academy of Engineering.
Okay. Okay.
Everything engineering comes under research and academia.
Fantastic.
Now, are you an academic as an engineer? If you're not, do you have equivalence experience? The interesting thing about academia, which is why I said they are so strict, because they've made the routes into 4 different routes.
Okay.
Okay, they've made the route into 4 different routes. So, Royal Academy of Engineering, we have Odua was in one of our surgery. She
Mm.
had her master's. When you talked about someone that could repair, Odua is a mechanical engineer. She is a lady that used to fix cars as well in Nigeria. She had her own company.
Okay.
Interestingly, she came to the UK to do her master's. She knew nothing about global talent
Mm.
visa as an engineer until she came to the UK. She was like, all these things that I've been doing all this while, collaborating here and there.
Mm.
And she applied with just her
Okay.
master's with
Mm.
an equivalent experience. So if you have if you have industry experience, that
Mm.
could also come to play in this case. It will always come to play. So for engineering, you want to check anything engineering comes under Royal Academy of Engineering. And if you're not an academic, I'm sure as an engineer, if you're not an academic, then you must have equivalent experience. Okay, but it's all about, do you have evidence? What is the impact of your work? These are things that will test you in the application. So if you are excited, try and control your excitement and pull out your evidence. It's very important.
So Temi Olua, okay, he said, Dr. Yemz, I'm a little bit confused about the peer review route, which is academia and research. How
Okay.
much experience do I need? There are 3 basic eligibility criteria. Do I need to have all or at least one? So the 2 questions are, how much experience? Because you kept saying, okay, the experience is relative. Is it up to 5 years of experience, or 6 years of experience, or 7 years of experience? And also, the basic eligibility criteria. It seems like this person has visited the website and has seen the basic eligibility criteria. So the person is asking, do you need to have all of them or at least one of them? Thank you for that question.
Hello, welcome on board. Academy and research people, they know me, I don't give them space because it's my area. But when you're talking about basic requirements, what is basic requirements? You're talking about peer review route. Basic requirement for peer review route is you must have a PhD. Is that what you're talking about? Because that is the baseline. So if that's what you're talking about, tell me now in the comment section, please. I'm waiting for your comments. Is that what because with that area, I have I have every endorsing body, guideline at the tip of my hands by the grace of God. So tell me in the comment section, are you talking about the basic requirements of having a PhD? And what is your endorsing body? Which of the endorsing body is yours? Temi Tokpe or Temi Lolua? Do you have a PhD? Because that's the basic eligibility requirement. And if you don't have a PhD, then tell me your endorsing body, because that is another level of, do you have equivalent experience? How much are you in the UK already, or you're outside of the UK? So some of those things, those are some of the things that can play in. Because, and do you have a recommender? These are things you must think about. The peer review route, I keep telling you, people run to it like, this is the only place I fit in. But honestly, it's the most difficult route. Trust me.
Okay.
It is, because it's peer reviewed. You know what peer review is, ma?
Obviously, when you want to publish a journal, someone has to just scrutinize, drill it.
It's exactly that. So if you're telling them that you don't have a PhD, okay, do you have equivalence of a PhD?
Okay.
Which can be either in the industry or clinical.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. Oh, now question. Oh my goodness, someone says, good evening, my mentor. Oh, I don't, Regina. Oh, thank you so much for that. I felt it's so important for us to share this. Now, this is very important from Oge Ukuya. He said, I am a fashion designer back in Nigeria and I am resident in the UK now. I have over 8 years of work experience in casual clothing. I also have a social media audience. What category do I qualify for? Okay. Yeah.
Wow, what category do you qualify for? You have more than 8 years of experience.
Yes.
Do you have your own brand?
Okay, that's another thing.
Do you have people that can recommend you? Can you, as you are there right now, can you think of 3 people that can give you reference letter? Okay. Do you have evidence? You have you said you have an account on Instagram, or she said something about
social media audience, yeah.
You have good social media audience. Do you have your own brand?
Yeah.
Do you have people that can give you reference letter? What are you waiting for then? If that's what it is, go and download the guideline, because I don't want to, for fashion designer, they recently updated the guideline. And if you are in the UK, what are you not telling me? Start going to, have you been to any fashion show at all? Have you been to any fashion show? Go to my channel, go and look for, we had a surgery with Kafi. Kafi was endorsed straight from Nigeria as well. She was not even in the UK, but she was endorsed straight from Nigeria as well as an exceptional talent. So, she's on another level. Then Mame Yatutu, who is a Ghanaian, is also on my channel, who was endorsed as an exceptional promise. I love to give that balance because, everything is in level. So Go and watch. If you have those with good social media and everything, I'm sure. I always tell people it's not like you can't aim high, but with
Mm,
your over 8 years of experience, what evidences do you have?
okay.
If you're in the UK already, how many fashion shows have you attended? What are those evidences apart from your social media? What are
Okay.
other evidences? Can you get reference letters
Okay.
for people both in Nigeria and here in the UK? Okay, what have you done? Well, how has your fashion, who has it impacted in your casual clothing? Do you have stocks in the UK already? Those are
Mm,
the kind of sweet, solid evidences you will need.
okay, that's good. Thank you so much for that. I am so happy to hear this. I'm just
When
happy
I
that
have a
it
minute, I'm
happened.
going to be sharing the but I can
Yeah,
hear you. I want to share the guideline. I just
yeah.
flipped through the comments and I saw someone asking where can I find the guideline?
Guideline. Okay, you know what? It's because I don't want to miss more questions are coming. Let's just answer some of them. Quick fire question. What about project manager in training, boot camp stuffs? What does that mean? As in, okay, maybe the person is still in boot camp and is training as a project manager. Let me
Project
assume that.
manager, you might want to look at the non-technical aspect of technician, but what is those evidences? Do you have evidences? What have you done as by innovation and all of that? I love technician because they've just separated it, non-technical and technical. And if you're a project manager, let me give you one clip. Go and also find grants that needs to be managed under endorsed funders, which is academia and research. I keep telling people, you've got to look everywhere. Under academia and research, if there is a grant that is being sponsored, I know someone that got global talent visa as a project manager.
Mhm,
There was a very big grant and they were looking for someone to manage, just be the project manager.
mhm,
And boom, she got global talent visa.
mhm.
So
But this
you
person
might
is
want
saying
to
that,
think of those.
sorry. So, but the person is saying boot camp stuff, meaning that the person is still in training.
You are not a project manager yet. It's all
Yeah.
about if you don't have the evidence. I keep telling people, and I will say it also here on Cynthia Academy. Please don't apply for global talent visa if you are not eligible, if you don't have the evidence, if you cannot meet the criteria. It's not a test the water visa, because
Mm,
the more you are putting in applications that are unsuccessful, the more refusals we are getting, the more
mm,
stringent it becomes. It
yes.
just gets watered down.
Yeah. So someone is asking, will master's undergraduate research thesis count as publication evidence?
Except it's published in a journal. No.
Mm,
Because one thing again with the Global Talent Visa Academia and Research, your time during study is not counted as part of experience. No, no, no. Unfortunately not.
okay. Okay. So the person, Temi Olua, says, yes, but unfortunately do not have a PhD. She doesn't have a PhD. But it
You
doesn't
don't
mean
have
she
it.
cannot apply for a
She
global
can
talent visa.
apply if she has equivalent experience, but that equivalent experience, if you want to go for a peer review route, the equivalent experience has to be equivalent experience in terms of it's got to be solid.
Okay.
That equivalent experience, or you start looking for, did she say she was in the UK already, or she's in her
Um,
home country?
wait, let me see. She has not said where she is yet.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so okay, that's so good. Another thing is, it said when applying for peer review exceptional promise, what qualifies as a significant prize? For example, would receiving an international recognition award count?
Yeah, it will. That will be part of things that go on your CV. Basically, that will be something that go on your CV with the
Fantastic.
peer review route, I guess. Yes,
Yeah.
significant award, all those things are with the peer review route. Is all about, okay, your CV is interesting. You see that peer review route that is difficult, you only need 3 documents:
Okay.
your CV, your personal statement, and your recommendation letter.
Okay.
For the peer review route, that is the fourth route under research and academia. And that can be either the British Academy, the
Mm,
Royal Academy of Engineering, or the
okay.
Royal Society. Any of those three. So the British Academy are for people in humanities and arts and all of that. The Royal Academy of Engineering is everything engineering. And
Okay.
then the Royal Society is for medicine, life sciences, and the likes.
Fantastic. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. Now, this question says, how many publications should one have if going through the peer review route? Can this make or break one's application?
Yes, it can. You're a researcher. You're expected to be a researcher. At
Mm.
least I always tell people, just the publication. People always want to tell me how many, how many publication. You can
Mhm.
have 100 publication and your publication has not made any impact. But
Okay.
one publication in Nature,
Okay.
one publication in Nature, and everybody is talking about it. What? Tell me what else you need. It's just an yes. You, as a researcher, you need
Mm.
publications and all of that. But how impactful is your research?
Okay.
And what has your research? What is the impact of your research on the UK? Let's not forget that the reason why the UK has made the global talent visa is to bring in people to add value to the economy. So there
Absolutely.
are some things that I'm sorry that you will not, that will not really, that they will not make room for, because it's a developed country. If you get what I mean, it's like someone that worked on malaria.
Mm.
I'm sorry to people that are working on malaria now, wherever at all you are in Africa, because it's something that is more in Africa. And then
Yeah.
if you come, you want to be endorsed as a global talent visa. Where exactly? How is malaria? So that means you have to start thinking, which is why I say, if you're not a global talent, can you work towards it? Because if your current research was in malaria, tell me how many malaria patients do they treat in the UK? That's how you need to think. That's the global thinking I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You want to think about something that can add value to the UK. So your area of research, you need to start thinking. There's no rush. If you have to build it,
Mm.
an exceptional promise, there are people that think, oh, forget it, I'm an exceptional talent. They dust them rejection. Oh. Tell them, hello, you are not. In your
Mm.
country, you can be exceptional talent. But in the UK, you can imagine a professor in your country, wherever your home country is, compared to a developed country, what a professor would have achieved is way, way different. So when you are coming, you come big, but when you come to global talent, you just reduce your height a bit because it's based on evidence.
Okay, good. Thank you so
I'm
much
so
for
sorry.
that.
I hope it's coming out
Yes, I think people
good.
are asking
I just
questions.
want to be honest with people. I think it's important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We are just here for you to tell you what you need to build on. Even if you don't qualify right now, there is still that opportunity. And remember that there is this AI opportunity plan that they want to include under the Global Talent Visa because the UK is interested in AI. We will just keep it out there. If AI is a new area, some
Mm-hmm.
people are working on it. It's an area that you can start like right now to start
Yeah.
working towards,
Yeah.
knowing that the UK is interested in AI and AI
Mm-hmm.
is a new thing. So you can start building your experience and evidence, start learning about it, building stuff. And yeah, I think it's something that people is worth pursuing, especially if you're a software developer and you are just dabbling into AI. You can start building your experience based on it. Another question is, it says, what about an entrepreneur in boutique business, someone that travels and imports goods from wholesale and retail sales for over 10 years? Can I qualify for the Global Talent Visa?
Importer, exporter.
It's what
I love it.
I love it.
Love it, love it, love it. Entrepreneur. Oh,
Yes.
under the global talent visa, they on the, at least so far that I know, and as of the time, we're we are publishing this video. Not that I'm aware of, I'm afraid. Not that I'm aware of, I'm afraid. But one thing you can do is, except you are into fashion, there's no room for, there are people anyway in
Mm.
fashion that it's not like they studied fashion, it's not like they are fashion designers themselves, but they've always worked in the clothing line and they were able to build their evidence
Okay.
as per this is what they've been doing. There are people that do um DIY things and all of that,
Yeah.
and they've been able to show their evidence. And but importer, exporter,
Mm.
entrepreneur,
Mm.
not
Because
that we
you're not the
know of.
one creating it, you are more of selling and buying. So I
Yes,
think that a bit of
yes,
maybe
yes.
sometime in the future, something like that will happen.
We
Just
don't know
watch
yet
them.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's all about adding value to the UK.
Mm,
What do you want to come and sell in the UK that they don't have?
mm,
They, what are you get what I'm saying? It's all about, and if you look at all those disciplines, you just see how it fits. That someone that is a writer is coming into the UK, you
mm.
know, to start writing, and they know that everything you're going to be doing. So if you're importing and exporting, you're not benefiting the UK.
It's
Are
only
you get?
going to be, I think it's only when the person creates that design, and then after creating it, that sample or design is what is used to create so many clothing line, something like that. So you have specific designs that you have featured in runways and things like that. I think, am I right in that question?
Yeah. Those are the evidences that they need. So there are people that, they are not fashion designers themselves, but they own clothing lines and all those things. They are the ones that are in charge of all those things. And I think there's this guy, I can't remember his name. I've watched one of his videos on YouTube as well. He's not directly the one that is, doing the clothing and everything, but he has a very big brand, and
Okay.
everybody working under him works for him. So, you can imagine such a person creating that brand and making a name in the UK. It's all about to boost how you can come and boost the UK economy.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. I'm so sorry. There's just so many questions here that I feel that we should just quick fire some of them because we have to continue this thing. Because I myself cannot wait to find out how you made ILR in 2 years. I want a breakdown of it. So if you are interested in that, please watch this video to the end because we are going to answer that. But let me just tackle some of the questions here so that we can now go into that juicy part. I'm so excited about. So somebody saying, okay, because Ogokoye is saying she's an yes, she said I have my own brand. Where can I get the guidelines, please? You are going to share this in later on, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
While
let
you
me
are
check.
doing that, I can quickly, just because I kept on answering the questions.
Yes, I know. Okay, so there are some questions she's answering that I don't know, but she says I have been to fashion class, something like that. And Choma said she's currently in Nigeria. Choma is the person that says she has a boutique. So we are saying that it's going to be a bit difficult, but keep checking the government website to see if there are changes to their law when it comes to, whether importers and exporters can actually do that.
Mhm.
But for now we think it's not feasible right now. Okay, it says Temi Ololuwa says she's in the UK, which is fantastic. Yeah. And that person says thank you. Can you add an evidence portfolio as an additional document for peer review exceptional promise?
I know a lot of people add a lot of things is that in that peer review, but they only need those 3 documents. In
Mm.
fact, I have seen an application that they told the person wasted time giving them too many evidence that did not. I'm talking serious reviewers. When you
Yeah.
see the comments,
I just check you to the core.
you will check yourself again that, God, this
So it
global
has to be
television.
relevant. It
It
has to
has
be
to be
relevant.
relevant. It has to be
Okay.
relevant. You can, if you think it will be useful. It's like
Okay.
Odwa on my channel that that the engineer I talked about. They came back to her and say, where do you actually fit in? We can't see. In her
Oh,
words, I choked them with evidence. She now sat down. She reviewed as many things as she could that she had done that
oh yeah.
could show that she had equivalent experience. Because the problem that people that don't have a PhD always have is how to prove they having an equivalent experience,
Experience.
either in
Okay.
industry or as a clinician.
Wow. Wow.
Clinicians will easily build it up. There are clinical statisticians. There are so many people like that,
Mm.
but it has to be solid. And
Yes.
let me remind you that they know that you have the skilled worker option. They
Mm.
know all these things. So they have made this particular specialized visa for only specialized areas of specialty or fields. So it does go a long way.
Okay.
I'm trying
Someone
to
is
find the
asking,
link. I can hear you.
yeah. Someone is asking, what about the vehicle mechanic experience in modern vehicles? What evidences do they need?
I think you might want to check engineering. And
Okay.
that would, if you want to, does the person have a master's? Does the person have a PhD? Like I
Mm,
said, all those things, like for all what you are saying now, will come under engineering. But let me just remind you that that comes under academia and
mm,
research. So you will be, reviewed based
mm,
on that. That's the thing. Anything non-academic is either digital,
mm,
technology, or
mm.
Art Council England. But
Oh,
everything academic comes under research and academia. So if the person repairs vehicles and all of that, it would definitely be engineering. But
yeah.
which route do they want to apply for?
Okay. That's a very important question. So
That's
another
what
person
we need
is,
to think about. Yes.
yeah, someone is asking, please, how can someone get a sample of the draft endorsement letters as UI UX designer? So
Draft endorsement letter. What do you
it's
need
a,
a draft
it's
endorsement letter for? Do you mean recommendation letter?
maybe the person means recommendation letter because endorsement letter is when they have
If,
endorsed you and it's the body
if you have
that
collected an endorsement letter, my brother or sister, what are you waiting for? I'm sure you mean, I would think the person mean I think the person might mean recommendation letter. And I always tell people, even most of us that, share about Global Talent Visa, I have shared about personal statement. My video for recommendation letter, by God's grace, will be coming out tomorrow. No, by Monday or Tuesday. I've done a video. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you see I've got a playlist. I've broken
okay,
down everything as much as possible. I avoid most of us. In fact, someone that mistakenly put up a template and all of that, they brought it down because people abuse these things.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you put up a template for people,
Mm.
people just don't remember that, oh, it's just a
You have to edit
template.
it, yes, and it's just as guidelines. It's just like people going to ChatGPT and copying what is on ChatGPT and pasting, copy and paste, not knowing that. Oh no, yeah,
No. So
yeah,
I always tell people that, in fact, we have a WhatsApp group for academia and researchers, and someone came there and say, can I have a template? We don't provide template here. We support, is a supporting community. So
yes, I understand.
try as much as possible, watch videos, go and find guideline. There's a requirement of what whoever is recommending you needs to write.
Right, okay. You have to provide
You
the person
get.
with those guidelines so that the person includes it when they are preparing that recommendation letter.
Yes. And
Yeah,
those of us that
make
have
sure.
been successful, myself and other people as well that have made videos on YouTube, we've talked about what has been written in there. So that gives you an idea
Yeah,
of
of what.
what is expected. But
Thank
looking for a
you.
template, there's no template anywhere online. The
Mm,
endorsing bodies don't give template. The only place where the endorsing bodies give you a template is
mm,
when you get a grant.
okay.
When you have a grant sponsored role, there is a template that the endorsing body wants you to use. And the reason why they have that template is for your HR to be able to include what they've done, how much your salary is, just a generic template that tells you what your HR should write in that letter. That is the only template available online from any endorsing body.
Yes, okay. Now, this person is saying, Dr. Yemz, with regards to what is relevant to the UK, and with the experience example you gave on malaria, did my PhD research and research interest play a role in my application? I think the person's asking whether their PhD research and research interest will it play a role in the application. Maybe the person's research was centered around malaria.
I'm sorry to my malaria brothers and sisters. Yes, it does. Because your research, as a researcher, your research is what determines your field,
Mm,
is what determines your discipline. On my channel, I have a video about disciplines under the research and academia. So
mm,
there are disciplines they've already set out,
mm,
you get, that they want. So your research plays an important role because that determines whether your area of research is important to the UK, whether that
yeah.
area of research is a priority in the UK. That's what I meant when I used the malaria as an example, because there are things that you can imagine. If your research is in cancer right now,
Mm,
tell me, it
mm.
will be very easy to get in,
No problem.
all. But any research at all, that's the interesting thing. Any
Mm,
research at all. There is
mm,
medical micro on the list, there's microbiology, There
Okay.
wasn't virology before 20 when I applied. There wasn't
Mm,
virology there. Now they've updated it. There's virology there. Because when
okay.
I applied, I had to put microbiology in brackets by myself.
Okay.
You get, so they keep updating that list. So yes,
Okay.
as a researcher, your thesis, your area of research will determine what discipline. It goes a long way as well to determine if you are writing a personal statement, that will inform how you are going to write your story, which is why I said you cannot do project management, BSc, do medicine, MSc, then
Mhm.
PhD, you carry HR. And
Okay.
you say, so which academic, who are you exactly? But
Mm,
it's important that you have that natural career trajectory.
sure. Yeah. Progression is shown. Yeah.
Progression is shown. Those are the
Mm.
people that get global talent visa.
Okay. I'm going to take this one last so that we can move forward with many things because
Yes.
this discussion is so sweet that we can stay here for 11 hours
Let's not
today.
say, this is the only time we also have time for our family in the
What
UK.
we went through to get this session, you know what we went through. As in, we
I
have been
know.
going back and forth. I'm not free here. I'm not free. Oh, today. Ask your questions. Okay, let me just say what somebody's saying here is a sad part of the talent visa is you would have to pay for the visa fees. Yes, that's true. And IHS fees and other huge fees even before they declare if you are qualified or not. So, and if you are
No,
not
no, no,
qualified,
no, 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 no. Please read it again. Let's correct that notion. Please read it
yes,
again.
she's saying sad part of the talent visa is that you would have to pay for the visa fees, IHS fees, and other huge fees, even before they, I don't know what that's saying, declare if you
Please,
are
what's that
qualified or
person's
not.
name? That's not true.
Okay, please correct it here.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
Mm,
That is why I said from the beginning, maybe you're just joining us, welcome on board.
mm,
It's a two-stage application. The
mm,
first application, yes, you will lose your money if you are rejected.
yep.
You don't pay for IHS. You
Mm,
don't pay for any of those and start looking for how to get refunded on all those things
mm, mm.
if you don't get endorsement.
Okay.
The first stage is gone up now. As of last year, it was 574. I think it's
Okay.
gone up now, which I can share. That endorsement fee, yes, you must pay.
Okay.
Whether your endorsement come out successful or unsuccessful, but
Mm,
successful in Jesus' name,
amen. Mm,
whether it comes out successful and unsuccessful,
mm.
sorry, I don't like to be negative. I can be funny with,
Yes,
you know,
we
you will lose
understand.
that money is gone.
One, yes.
It's gone. But
Yeah.
IHS, you have no business until you get to the second stage. And that's why I said I love global talent visa because
Mm.
there is more than 90% guarantee that after endorsement, you get your visa. Because endorsement
Ooh,
is the most
okay.
important thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Except you have an immigration problem,
Mm,
you have, except that, which most people hardly do, because some
mm,
people that got it from their home countries, their first time in the UK,
mhm.
someone from Pakistan just got his last week,
Okay.
and emailed me about the stage 2 and all of that.
Mm.
And,
So,
yes,
mm, no, what you're saying is so interesting now. We are going to emphasize the fact that during the first stage, you do not pay for IHS fees, right?
no, you only
Okay.
pay for an application fee. And guess the juicy parts.
Okay.
Is even the second stage. You don't need any form of financial what in your account. I say you're a
Oh,
talent.
oh my goodness. Okay, so that proof of fund, that 28 days for it to mature, and then you
You're
do
coming as a
this.
talent, whether you have a job or not. You are a
Uh,
talent. That's why it's global talent visa. Whether you
mhm.
have a job or not, but before your ILR, you need to be able to show the evidence of what you have been doing. That's another story for another day.
Yes, it's so important. Okay, you know what we will do now? I said that was the last question, so that you can share your screen and show us some things on the government website, so that someone that is new, has not experienced this before, will know where to click, know where to. If you know me very well, whenever I shoot videos, I like to show people where to click, so that you know that this thing can easily be gotten. It's so easy. And if we can operate Facebook and TikTok, it means we can operate some of these things. Go to the website and click on it, get the information you want, and start the process. So just share your screen, please, so that we can move forward, please.
That is not on a screen. Where you're looking at me from, this is on a screen. So I'm
Okay.
working from two,
Okay.
and I hope that will not take us a long time. I think if I quickly post the
Links,
links in the comment section, I
comment.
think that will help
Yes.
us.
Yes, please.
Yes, I think that will help us. And then if you go to my channel as well, every global talent visa, that's the mistake some people make when they watch even Cynthia Academy. You don't read our description section, and that's where all the
Links.
that's
Ah,
where we
that's
put all the links.
the
That's
description
why I
is
realize
loaded.
with people. Yes. So I'm going to I will quickly while if you have any other question, just ask. I'll quickly share the links because this is not, I can't share my screen from the screen you're
From
looking
this
at me
screen,
right
yeah,
now.
it's
Yes.
fine. It's
This
just for
is
us
the
to
one
see
that is
because we are
connected.
going to, yeah, because we are going to be explaining, okay, how much it costs. You've said the first one already. So you can repeat it again, how much the endorsement is, then how much it is for the second stage, and what the IHS fees is. Then, because last year alone, I know up to, I don't know, like 6 people or 7 people. I was like, man, it's like pure water. I was like, that got this global talent visa. But people don't know so much about it and they feel it's not within reach. So you're going to share just
So it
put the
now
link.
costs £766. I would share
Okay.
on the comment section now. So you can
Yes.
find all those information, you know. You can find that now on
Okay.
the
Yes, I can see that now. Thank you so much.
so
Yes.
that is the overview. Now I would so Dr. Cynthia, you're going to ask a question about ILR and all of that. So we can target
Yes.
1 hour 30
So,
minutes, right? We've gone,
yeah,
wow.
we have
That's
gone. When you're having fun, you don't know how time flies.
yeah. Yes.
Time
So
flies
it's
so
now it now costs £766
mm,
actually, the
mm.
visa now.
Okay. So
So
now the
yes.
first one you said for endorsement is 500 and what?
No, that was last year. That's what I'm saying. It's now
Okay. Okay, for the
£766.
endorsement. Okay,
So what
766
they
pounds.
do, this is what they do. So which I need to check. So the whole fee for endorsement, the whole fee for the visa is usually this 766, I think is the whole thing. So when you pay for endorsement, you now pay, I think probably 70-80%. That's how it
Okay.
works out. And then when you're applying for your stage 2, you
Mm.
pay the balance.
Of the okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's how it works. So like when
Yeah.
I applied, I paid 400 or 500 and something. When I was going to apply for the main visa, I had just
Mm.
100 and something to pay,
Simple, okay, makes
plus
sense.
my IHS and all that. So yeah.
Okay, so this is so important. And IHS fees is in the second stage, and IHS fees is currently £1,035. Now, this leads me to this question. I want to know, how did you get ILR in 2 years? I remember that another thing you have to know about Dr. Yemz is that both of us have the same scholarship. Yes, she was ahead of me. Yeah, she had that scholarship. While I switched to this other pathway, she switched to the skilled worker visa, right? It was skilled worker visa you
Yes,
switched to.
yes, yes, yes,
Yes, first.
yes.
So, okay, just give us the gist. I want to understand, how is it possible? How is this possible?
It is possible because that's one of that's one of the advantage of global talent visa. Like I said, with research and academia, 3 years, whether exceptional province or exceptional talent, you
Mm,
can get your indefinite leave to remain, which is what we call ILR. If you are new here, you don't know what ILR is. ILR is indefinite leave to remain.
mhm.
So the interesting thing about global talent visa is they do a continuous count.
Okay.
Continuous count in the sense that if you have been on a skilled worker visa for a number of years, whatever number of years is remaining in the normal global talent visa, it will add up.
Wow.
it will add up. So I was on skilled worker visa for 2 years. The third year, I got my global talent visa. No, the second year, I got my global talent visa. So I just counted my skilled worker visa as part of my global talent visa. So my 3 years just hit bang
Yeah.
on,
Wow.
and boom, I got my indefinite leave
Off you
to
go.
remain.
You know that right now with the challenges we are having, you know that there are some immigration restrictions that we are waiting for, which is the white paper. There are many proposals out there. If you watch the BBC, if you're on ITV News, if you are on all the top published publications and newspapers out there, from Financial Times, Economic Times, all of them, you would see that every time the government discusses something, a proposal, it seeps to the journalists. The journalists will say, this is what they're debating in the House of Parliament. Unfortunately, most of us do not watch these things that are happening in the House of Parliament, so we don't know what is happening. So these are the things they're talking about right now, how they want to increase the number of years for ILR. That's what they're saying anyway right now. And they're just debating and proposing different things. They're going back and forth. They're drafting a document called the white paper. Now, that white paper it will really explain every single detail of what they have made up their mind they want to do. So I feel if someone is eligible for global talent visa, why not to do it so that you faster you get your ILR, you're out of here. If
Yes.
you want to decide to expand, because there's a lot of pressure to extend the indefinite leave to remain period for 10 years. That's what they are proposing.
Mm-hmm.
And we are not, it's a proposal, guys. Don't panic. Nobody should panic. It's a proposal. We are waiting for the white paper. That white paper will come out towards the end of this month or next month. So they will now clearly state what happens. But I feel that sometimes when they state something like this, you prepare yourself. That's what I feel. You just look for, if you qualify for a global talent visa, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Just go ahead with it and make sure you gather all your evidence. And like Dr. Yem said, it's not 1 year of evidence, then you have it. Sometimes you have pictures that date back to 2 years or 3 years since you started. You didn't just suddenly wake up to that thing. So I feel it's so important for us to know that there are opportunities out there that you can explore. I know
Mm-hmm.
some I know somebody, yes. I know somebody that she got her global talent visa in a month, and so it is the same thing that happened. She was on a skilled worker visa. She switched to a global talent visa. She's in academia. So to complete the 3 years is that 1 month plus. So she was on
Yes.
that talent visa for a month and a few days to
Mm-hmm.
some application for ILR, and she got it bang on. So
Yes.
that's something that people don't know. People don't know that you can actually be on a skilled worker visa, global talent visa, scale up visa, and some other visas. You can combine the number of years on these visas to get what you want for ILR. So that's something you have to check on the government website. We're waiting for the white paper that will explain other things. Thank you so much for putting the Arts
I'm
Council.
putting on the link. Sorry, that's why I'm looking down. And I can see some questions. By God's grace, when we finish, I would find time and answer all your questions in
Yes,
the
please.
comment section. I promise I will, because on Cynthia Academy, we don't hide anything.
We don't,
And
because
yes, on Dr. Yemz channel as well, they know I'm always there. I'm always
we don't
responding.
have
So I will
information.
definitely answer your questions. So
Yes,
just
we
keep
want
them
you
coming.
exactly. So we want you to grow and we want you to move forward. Okay, let us talk about this important thing now. Can you share some of the things you are seeing on the global talent visa that is very important? What you're seeing on your computer there that is relevant to our viewers, please. Yeah. Can you share some of the things?
Um, yeah, I think some of the, should I make these final words? or when you mean some of the things I'm seeing, what do you, is it
Okay,
from the
because
comment
you said
section?
that from the, you put the links here, and
Yes.
you were meant to share some content, but since you are not sharing your screen, can you explain some of the other things that you can see on your computer with regards to
Okay.
this talent visa guidance? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what I have been sharing so far are the guidelines to, so there are just 3 categories, and I've put the government website there, because the government website gives you why I first put the government website is because once you click on that, it will take you to the entire gov.uk website. And then under that, you will see hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are those blue links. They are clickable. So they will take you to each research and academia. They will take you there. Art and culture, they will take you there. Digital technology, they will take you there. The first thing you should download is your guideline and then sit with it. Read that guideline. Read it like you have an exam. And then you will start thinking, okay, what evidence do I need? What do I require? So those are the things that I've just been looking down on. And then if you're one of those prestigious people, the Global Talent Prestigious Prize. I remember somebody was asking if their scholarship will work. Let me just read this to you now. Fashion Design Industry Prizes. The Fashion Awards, British Fashion Council. Fashion Award, Accessories Designer of the Year. So you see, those are the list of prestigious prizes. So you can see that if you own, and all these things are listed. So if you have any of these prizes that is mentioned, the BAFTA award, when I'm talking about that, that's leading actor film award. If you're on that level, God bless you. You don't need endorsement. Straight to home office. And it's written here, so, we never know. There might be someone great here listening to this and you have that. We don't limit ourselves here.
True.
You would be able to just apply directly for the visa.
Mommy's prayer time.
Prayer time. Thank you. I told you that prayer time. Yes, it's our prayer time in our house. As you can see, I was already checking that 8:30 we should be done. And my daughter came to tell me, Mommy, pray. I'm sure she ran from everybody. Anyway, that's it. Our life moves on, as God is helping us to connect here. So yes, that's prayer time. Yes, prayer time, mommy. So where was I? So that link of people that have prestigious awards as well, you can always get it as well.
So, okay, now someone is saying if it's G, a global talent visa, exceptional promise, the requirement is 5 years total for ILR and 3 years under exceptional talent. Yes, it is. But we are trying to explain to you that if you're already on a skilled worker visa and you apply for a global talent visa, they will add the time you spent on your skilled worker visa plus your global talent time. And if it's up to 3 years, if it is the exceptional talent, or if it's exceptional promise, if it's up to 5 years, you can apply for ILR. That's what we are saying. Obviously, if you are not on a skilled worker visa, you just came in from the master's, maybe student visa, and you are switching to a global talent visa, then it's going to be 5 years for exceptional promise and 3 years for exceptional talents. I hope that is clear. Yeah.
Yes, but like I said as well, under research and academia is all 3 years, whether exceptional talent or exceptional promise. Art and culture, that is where that rule strictly applies. But under research and academia, whether you're an exceptional talent or an exceptional promise is all 3 years.
Okay.
As of the time, I keep saying as of the time of this video, because like Cynthia said, we are not immigration advisors. We are not, we don't work with global talent visa. We're sharing based on our experiences, and it's important you always go back to the guideline. It's the Bible of global talent visa, because everything there, even if it was updated yesterday, you will see it right there.
Okay, thank you so much. Someone says, please do it also apply for someone on a skilled worker visa switching as a dependent of a global talent recipient.
No, that's the only problem. You should know they would do that now. Are you the talent? I'm not the talent, I'm the talent dependent.
You know what you just said reminds me of when is the birthday? Are you the birthday boy? I'm not the birthday boy. I am
So I am not the global talent, I'm the global talent recipient. So the rule does not apply to you. I have a video on my channel where I talked about all this, and I want you to go there because the link to read that is under that video. I will try and put the video on this link. It's very important that you read the description, because if there's anything you miss in my video, in fact, some people forget to like and subscribe. They just go to my descriptions, because all those links, and those are the very, like Cynthia said, sharing all those links, they are the place that you find the government information. So no, it doesn't apply, which is why most people, when they get global talent visa, they try to save up and apply for that 5 years for their dependent, and they apply for 3 years, so that when they are getting their ILR by 3 years, their dependent can still keep going till the 5th year.
Okay, makes
so
sense.
The rule doesn't apply to dependents, unfortunately.
Absolutely makes sense. Yeah, thank you so much for that question. It's eye-opening. Okay, now I have another
The
question.
final question.
Yeah, the final question. So, because we have covered how much it costs, we've covered.
Yes.
I'm just going through this list because I promised everybody that I was going to share every single thing. So I made sure I
Yes.
ticketed all the questions I'm meant to ask. I've not looked down here because I was like, okay, let's flow with this discussion. But I want to make sure that if someone is watching it in the next 1 month, 3 months, they have core value. And it says, now the final question is, how can my audience reach you, and how can you assist with their application?
Okay. I didn't expect that question.
No, I said, okay, let me host you. We've been waiting for a very long. I don't talk about global talent visa because I'm not well exposed or knowledgeable about it. I know it's
Yeah.
good, and I also know that teachers can get it too.
Yes.
Yeah, because I have like an audience of teachers. I have an audience of different people from different backgrounds, on my channel. But I feel it's so important for us to expose them to the libraries you've created. I tell people I do YouTube because of legacy, because I can look back on myself when I'm 20 years, as in 20 years later, and look, oh, this is what I was saying, see how I sounded and all that. So you have built a library of videos based on different topics championed around global talent visa. In fact, your YouTube has almost 100,000 views when it comes to some of these videos. And we want to know, okay, you've been talking about the libraries. So the question is, how can you reach you? And yeah, let's just tell us. Yeah.
Okay. So you can reach me. Honestly, there's one thing I'm faithful with is, if you ask question on any of my videos, I always respond. I always make sure I respond as soon as I can. Also, I do one-on-one sessions. But some people come, oh, how much? Take me through from. I don't like that approach, because it's very important, your evidence. I don't just say, oh yes, come, let's go on a ride. No, no, no. I always like strategy sessions first. Let's go over it. You might have a strategy session with me and I tell you you're not there yet. And that's how I feel is very important. So I don't, I want to coach you, but I want to coach you first with a strategy session. Let's see how far you are, or how much experience do you have? How much evidence do you think you have? And then some people have come to my session and said, wow, this was not what I thought. And, they've gone back to their drawing board. And there are people that, have shown them other options. I keep telling you, global talent visa, unfortunately, it's not one of those visa that, especially for people in the UK, oh, my visa is about to expire. I want to, let me quickly. You cannot quickly, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you cannot quickly, except if you have been over time building up evidence. There are people, that have that all they do is just dust an application and everything is set and ready. Yes, I give it to you. So I do strategy sessions, I do overview sessions, and then because of the pressure of a lot of them, I also just go through people's CV and go through people's personal statements. Because of how large the area is, I just do that. And then if people email me, I always respond to my email as well. If it's not something within my reach, then I can always, sorry, are you okay? I can always, recommend you to other people as well. But yeah, that is how you can reach me. Reach me through my my channel, my email. There's an email on my channel as well. Email me and I'll be there. And like, Cynthia said, I also believe in inspiring people. So some of our videos, some people, do you know, I received a good news today about someone that got their global talents. I was like, wow, we having this session, and somebody messaged me. So some people just come with me with loads of questions and they feel, thank you very much, and they go apply. And some people are very faithful. They always come back to say
Come back.
thank you.
That's
They
one thing
always
about
come back to say thank you. Well, not everybody come back.
no, not
So
everybody.
yes.
That's the
So
experience I
if you're
have.
out there and you have watched my video, you've been endorsed, you've not come back, I
Mm.
forgive you in the name of the Lord. But but please email me. I respond to messages, and that is how you can reach me. And
Yeah,
yeah, my YouTube is there. There are lots of materials on there. There are people that outrightly just reach out to me. I've had a lot of LinkedIn contacts that all they are coming to tell me is thank you. I have watched your videos and I've been endorsed. And I'm like, wow, okay, thank you. That's just enough. And I feel blessed every day I hear those
that's
wonderful
why we do it
stories.
anyway. To be
Yes.
sincere, it's really encouraging when you receive that. Like me, I received one today. The person was like, you helped my family to build. The exact words was about structure. Oh, that thing touched me. Like you are helping somebody, and you've helped the person, and it makes their family to become more stable. They've gotten what they
Mm,
want. So the
mm.
now screenshot the letter for conditional offer. I was just
Oh.
it makes me happy. I don't know, I feed off such energy. It's the reason why I keep pushing on. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's really amazing, especially when it comes to I have from teachers, from people in tech. I'm a CV specialist.
Yes.
That's one thing I do. I love working on CVs to communicate your skills, and that's why I don't do CVs without a one-on-one, so I can extract that information from you and put it on your CV so that it flies and it's ATS compliant. So when I receive such things and the person is saying, "Hey, thank you so much," it makes me so happy. We are humans too, that's the reason why
Yes.
we're doing it. Yeah, when we burn our time and we just shoot that video, edit it, and get it out here, we hope that it gets to as many people. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you are in a village,
Mm,
you know,
mm.
if you have
Yeah,
access to information is king.
it is.
It changes, is a leveler. It changes everything. Someone that has a first class and has self-doubt that will never submit an application, but someone else a 2221, but gathers
Mm,
enough evidence, prepares all those things, and submits the application and gets it. Wow,
mhm.
it's a big thing. Thank you so much for your time. I
Thank
appreciate.
you. And also my immigrant voices and victories. If you ever want to get inspired, just go and find one of our videos. We'll still bring the madam hosting me today. We'll also bring her to my channel to, to come
Oh
and
my
tell
goodness,
us how she's been helping so many people.
you
Immigrant
know,
voices and victories is something that I'm really passionate about. It was a wonderful idea, about just sharing people's stories, how people have overcome. So when you get your global talent visa by God's grace and you come to the UK, you need to know what is happening in the UK. You need to know how people have been through this journey and have, been there, done that. So in case you're there, you might be our next guest. So please email me and would like to, if you don't want to, be on video like me and Cynthia Academy, no
yeah.
problem. Send us your story. We'll help you to share it. But thank you so much. Really.
Thank
And I
you.
promise, like I said, I will respond to any question we've missed. I know this, like Cynthia said, we can stay here for a lot of hours, but I would get back to all the questions and respond to them.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time. So someone is saying your email, please. Just go to her YouTube,
YouTube
which
channel.
is at Yemisi Adedeji. Then
I'll
go
just
through
type Dr.
her
Yemz as well on YouTube. You'll
Dr.
find it.
Yemz. When you just type Dr. Yemz, you go straight there. Under her videos, you go to the description. The place they have more dots. Click on that. Go down to the place. You see her email there. You see links to some of the websites she has been talking about. Oh, thank you so much. Someone said thank you both for the session today. Thank you too for
Thank
showing
you
up for
too.
us.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, yes. So just go there and you have information. See, there's nothing much we can add to this. It has been a spectacular session, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you so much. Thank you, everyone. Please, thank you, Cynthia Academy, for inviting me. I'm so grateful, and thank you for all you do for the community. Really appreciate it. So please like and subscribe to Cynthia
Right.
Academy
Yeah.
channel
Like
on
and
YouTube.
subscribe to Dr. Yemz too.
She's my host here today, and I've really loved having this wonderful collaboration. Thank you, sis. Really
Yeah.
appreciate. We finally did this, and
We
I'm
finally
excited.
did it. How many?
I know
More than
after
a
how
year.
many months.
More than a year.
I'm telling you,
We
it's not
did the
even
first
months.
part.
Yes,
This one.
yes, yes.
Okay. I love to everybody. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Prayer time. Thank you.
Mommy, time for